Peter Moeller, he's the president and CEO of Rhinestahl. They are a local manufacturer, and they do some pretty amazing manufacturing work, GE turbine engine tooling and aviation manufacturing. Dieter, it's good to have you on the program. Welcome.
Brian, it's good to be with you this morning.
Condolences, you got to work with Butch Demerly, but other than that, now Butch is a good friend of mine, and he works with Rhinestahl, and a terrific engineer. He used to work with GE. I guess you guys hired him away because you have an amazing company. You actually do manufacturing. Dieter, can you explain that's alive and well and how that works here in this modern age where I have been told people are blue in the face that we don't make things here in the United States anymore?
Well, it's exactly the opposite. But what the United States is specialized in, and it really does today, is the high-end manufacturing work. When it comes to creative, innovative manufacturing process, nobody in the world is doing it better than people in the United States. I mean, that's our forte, and it's a great business. It's interesting, but I tell a lot of young people there's not a better field to go into than complex manufacturing. And really, any of the skilled trades, if you want job security, you want an interesting career, there's nothing better to go into than those types of fields.
Okay, and I think of old manufacturing, the old tool and die work like Cincinnati Millicron used to do when my grandfather worked there. He retired in 1972. Guys doing real hard work on heavy machinery and creating these different products. A lot of that has since obviously been computerized. When you say high end, is that the type of work, the CAD/CAM, the CNC type of stuff? Is that what you mean when you say high end manufacturing?
Well, I think a lot of people are surprised when they come into a high end facility like we have up at Rhinestahl up in Mason. And you walk around, I think a lot of people's jaws drop. They look like clean rooms. The equipment there is state-of-the-art, multi-million-dollar computer-controlled cells. And our associates, the ones that are out there on the floor, they're sitting with several computer screens around them. I mean, it looks like they're controlling the Apollo moon capsule. It's very complex work, and it's very fulfilling.
Okay, so now there are young people out there who have been told time and time again they need to go to college. Are these college educated, or do you need a college degree to do this? Is this something you can get with a 2-year degree? Can you go to a trade school perhaps and learn this? Is this something that can be taught on the job? I guess I'm trying to get a grasp for people out there to say, you know what, I like the way that sounds. It's going to be a great income. I will have a lifetime career. Here's Dieter telling me I have lifetime employment. Now, what do I need to do to get my foot in the door at a place like Rhinestahl to get a job?
There's multiple paths to get in. We do have people that come directly out of high school, but most people today go to one of the technical colleges. We work together with Butler Tech and also Sinclair Community Colleges. We got programs at both of those up in northern Cincinnati, and even in the heart of Cincinnati, you've got Cincinnati State that's got great manufacturing programs, and in Kentucky, you've got colleges like Gateway Community College, and all these places specialize in these technical training programs. We do also have people that come with bachelor's degrees in engineering, mechanical engineering, in those areas, and come in that way.
Now, does it benefit that person to have the very technical degree like engineering? Because as I envision, and of course I'm a lay person when it comes to this type of thing, I've seen these machines before, and I've watched the guys, punch the numbers and program them in. Do you really need an engineering degree to do that, or is there an area of your manufacturing at Rhinestahl that an engineering degree is most assuredly needed for the type of work that's done? I can envision maybe there are other areas that require that level of technical knowledge.
Yeah, we do have some manufacturing engineering areas where the engineering background is required, but there's also a lot of areas where a highly honed skill set and really just being a bright person. I mean, if you're somebody that's good with your hands, good with figuring out complex setups, and has got an engineering kind of a bent, that's the type of person we're looking for.
Wow. Now, I'd put you on the spot here. Is Rhinestahl hiring? Are you looking to hire, or are you just illustrative of the type of business that's out there that people need to know about, which is one of the reasons why I had in the program today, because To me, this is great news that, that you're just blowing away the myths that we're not making anything in America anymore. So I'm glad you're here for that reason. But what about employment?
Well, the employment has been a constant thing for us. This is our 50th year. We're celebrating 50 years in business. We started back in '67. I've been with the company since 1990. And during that entire time, we've been growing and have had more and more opportunities to bring on great associates. So there's never been a time during that entire period where great, skilled people haven't had an opportunity with us.
Wow. Now, I'm so pleased to hear that, too. And if you had to offer a critique to, like, the millennials out there, what's the one skill, other than this base of the education, you mentioned Butler Tech or maybe getting a skill degree from Cincinnati State, something like that, fine. Let's assume for the sake of discussion they've got that and they have the know-how, generally speaking, to deal with these complex situations. Have you perceived a work ethic problem with some of the young people? I hear that all the time, Dieter, and I just had to ask you. Maybe you're such a specialized area that the wheat has been separated from the chaff by that time, but what's your take on that?
Well, some of our core competencies are collaboration and passion. And when you use those values, if you're coming into something with those values, I don't think people in this generation have a difficult time with that. It's a matter of being excited about what you're doing and putting everything you've got into it. And when people are doing that, there's opportunities that come up. And I don't care what generation it is, but we're finding a lot of great skill sets out of the people that are coming out today.
I'm glad, again, another thing I'm glad to hear from you, Dieter. Dieter Moeller, CEO of Rhinestahl. They're a 50 years anniversary this year. Congratulations on the great success that you brought this area, the great work you're doing. And I know GE regularly relies on you to do a lot of their turbine engine tooling and things. And I know Butch worked on that. And he's been all over the world working on those engines. It's an amazing job. And there's a lot of
amazing job. And, the other parts of manufacturing, you take a look at some of the things we handle. We do turbocharger assemblies for locomotives. We're very strong into the modern-day space business. Our associates up there in Mason are building parts of the next generation of rockets that are going to be carrying the people to Mars over the next 20 to 30 years.
Wow. But that'll get you right out of bed every morning, won't it?
It is extremely exciting. It's one of those fallacies of manufacturing because, when people hear that manufacturing isn't what it used to be, well, what it is, it's the low skill set manufacturing. And that's what I tell young people. The important thing is you've got to develop very strong skill sets. And the days of putting lug nuts on cars or sewing shirts, in factories with 1,000 people, that's long gone, or that's gone overseas, and it'll never come back. But the days of building, the next generation transportation equipment, we've been involved with Hyperloop, doing those type of innovative next generation type manufacturing projects. It's never been stronger in the United States.
Dieter Moeller, it's been a pleasure having you on the program, and congratulations again on 50 years of successful business for Rhinestahl, and I'm sure you got another 50 coming your way.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it, Brian, and thank you very much.
And crack that whip on Butch Demerly. He doesn't work hard enough.
Will do.
Dieter, take care of yourself. We're on 750 right now, 55 KRCD Talk Station. We're going to extend this job conversation into the next hour. Associated Builders and Contractors are going to be joining us to talk about careers in construction. Yes, they exist. First word for lichens. You probably get phone calls from utility companies asking to change from Duke to their company because energy has been deregulated in the state of Ohio. Lichens wants to be your energy supplier. A better